Hey, it's Les from Comfortable Shoes Studio, and this is another episode of Art Making, a chat while I draw. Your art journal is a reflection of you and this moment. So, in this video, I am using my standard trusty Five Below Everything Everywhere sketchbook. It's got a pretty rough, toothy paper, and right now I'm working on a blank page, which is a little unusual for this series. Usually I work on backgrounds, but I was testing out these pens. So these pens are a pair of Jinhao inexpensive pens off of AliExpress. Um, the one that I'm currently using with the dusty blue color, the Jinhao 75 with a replacement Jinhao number 5 bent nib or fude nib. It is not bad for sketching at all, and it's really inexpensive, so if I destroy it, not a big deal. All right, so that's that pen, and the pen that you see in the gutter of the page there is a Jinhao 82 Pocket, and that's filled with waterproof sketch ink, anyway, black sketch ink from Rower and Klinger, and it is really excellent too. It also has a fude nib. It is a replacement nib. It was a no-name nib. I got it because it was rainbow colored and pretty. I'm also working from Earth's World photos on Instagram. If you've never been over there and seen their photos, fantastic photos of everyday people at fairs and places like that. Really great difference between light and dark, just like they really capture people in a really nice way, and I really like drawing regular everyday people. All right, so for the chat portion of this video, I want to talk a little bit about the idea of how your art journal, or in my case, my Everything Everywhere journal, is really a reflection of me in the moment. Now, I'm not saying that these portraits that I'm drawing of these random people from Earth's world account are reflections of me. They are, but they're not. This is not a reflective surface. I'm not recording my face. I'm recording the faces of others. And what these reflect back to me is how much I've learned about portraits, how much I've learned about capturing personality and vibe through a portrait, how much I've learned about shadow and light and the tonality and value of shadows and all of that. All these things, these really reflect how far I've come in my art journey, and how I've developed what I would consider a personal style in my capturing of people, places, and things. There's a definite vibe here. There's a definite style to how I draw people. And I think that is part of the journey of keeping a sketchbook is style and vibe and feeling that you get as you're making art. And for me, when I sit down and I do one of these portraits in the morning, or in the afternoon, or late at night, or whenever I need to, they really do give me a sense of peace and calm. This is not a stressful situation. Certainly, I have portraits that are less successful than others. I think that these two portraits that you're seeing on screen are pretty successful. I'm pretty happy with them. I always really enjoy drawing older ladies, the same way that I enjoy drawing men in cowboy hats and other funky hats. I really enjoy drawing older women. I'm not sure why, but there's something, really fascinating about our faces as we age, and I've always enjoyed capturing them. So, yeah, I think this is like a reflection of how far I've come in my ability to capture a face. In this case, relatively accurately, while still capturing what I feel is the personality and the vibe of the original photo. I'm using fountain pens that make me pretty happy. I just picked up this is a Moonman or Majan pocket pen. It's like their pocket mini pen that is eyedroppered with the same black ink that the Jinhao um, has in it. So really great for sketching. But anyway, going back to how captures you in the moment. I think if you flip through any sketchbook that you've carried for a determinate period of time, my sketchbooks, or these everything everywhere journals as I call them, generally last me about 3 to 4 months. Some longer, some shorter. My work everywhere, everything everywhere journal lasts about a year. It's also a much larger sketchbook than this one. Um, but they really capture where I'm at in that moment through all of the activities that I do in it. So right now you're seeing me sketch in my everything everywhere journal. But I also spend a fair amount of time planning out workshops, planning out these videos, recording ideas for these videos. I write up class stuff, workshop stuff. I plan out blog posts. I plan out my Ko-fi posts. I commonplace. My reading notes go in there. That's why it's a everything everywhere journal and not just a sketchbook. I've heard people refer to their art journals or their sketchbooks as their life or their life books. A lot of people refer to these things in a variety of ways. And for me, it's really very much a tool of the moment. What I've found is that after, like a year, certainly the drawings hold up and the notes hold up, but they're not of the moment anymore. They're historical information. Um, that I am not I don't always look back at my sketchbooks, particularly the Everything Everywhere journals. What I'll do is when I fill this one, it'll stay next to my desk for another 6 months as I transition into my next Everything Everywhere journal. And I will utilize some of the information in this as I begin to use the next journal. And some of the information will be helpful and will be used for the full 6 months, whereas some of it will only be used for a couple of weeks after I transition into the next journal. And that's largely because the information contained in this is for that 3 month period that I'm working in it. Um, because I do work in a hybrid manner, I use my Everything Everywhere journal to plan things out, plot out ideas, but I also use Mila Note, which is a note app for my computer and my phone, to help plan things, and I use Google Calendar to plan things. I use uh, Google Keep and Docs. I utilize a lot of different tools for my planning and creation of things. I forgot that I use one of these Bic markers to add some pink into this face. I really thought she needed some pink in there because she was pretty blue looking, and this portrait was pretty warm. So I use the brush marker and then some water on a brush to just move some of that ink around and lighten it a little bit because that pink is super intense. Um, yeah, anyway, so yeah, these sketchbooks, these art journals are of the moment. And certainly, I know that there are many people out there that keep an art journal for years or work on a sketchbook for many, many years. I'm not that person. Certainly, I've got sketchbooks that I've not finished, and maybe someday I will go and grab them out of the bin and finish them up. But I don't know. I kind of like just letting it go when I move into the next one. So, with that, I'm going to take a moment and say thank you for being here. I really appreciate all of the subscriptions and likes and comments. It really does mean a lot to me to get the likes and the comments. I really appreciate them. If you really enjoy this video, certainly give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscription button, and if you really, really like it, head over to my Ko-fi page and buy me a coffee. Through that money, I use it to buy materials for review, materials for these videos and whatnot. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Bye.